Alright, YouTube, before I get started on this review, I thought I'd kind of give you a little explanation. I'm changing things up a bit this time. The table that I film on, it rocks. I don't know if y'all had realized that. Every now and then my film will jump like it did just then. It just seems easier for me to be in front of the camera and talk to you guys and make you really understand what I'm trying to say. Not to mention my table camera setup, it isn't working out for me. A lot of the times I notice when I try to go close up, it's really blurry and you can't see it all that well. But this time I have a solution, and I wish that I had a better solution, because films like this, I'm sitting in my floor and my camera is propped up on some books on this table here, so it works. Alright, let's just get this started. Let's just jump right in. Where did I put him? Oh, he's around here somewhere. There he is. Silverbolt. Oh, look, there's Starscream. Oh, wow, there's Dinobot. Let's get them out of the frame. We don't want you paying attention to those guys. Silverbolt, right here, from Beast Wars. He's a Lux figure. And man, whenever this guy first came out, he was the toy that I wanted, because he looks so cool. A wolf with wings and big eagle claws. He is such a great toy. I really, really like this guy. He has some faults, unfortunately, but I mean, look at him. He looks great. I mean, look at the details there. Just the way that the fur like molds into the feathers along here, and he's even got fur on the bottom of his wings, which I thought was really cool. His claws and grasp, and like all of his limbs are ball jointed. It's such an excellent toy. Just for that, he's got a gimmick. I'm going to take these missiles out because they're not necessary, but whenever you pull this forward, his wings, they kind of flap, but it's mostly so that he can do this. Yeah, firing missiles. And I wish they'd made the missiles to match the color of his wings, but they didn't. Oh well. But a few problems that this figure does have is right in this area. You know, you can kind of tell. Yeah, he's a transforming robot. He sure is. He's a little transforming. Oh yeah, and these hands right here. Yeah, they kind of give it away. But, you know, not a big deal. I can forgive that. Now, there's one little thing on the Beast mode that I cannot forgive, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot forgive the fact that he has a big square anus. Do you see that? That big square hole right there on his ass. I just always feel so guilty whenever I look at him. Nobody wants to see that, Hasbro. Nobody wants to see that. But other than that, very nicely done. His sculpted detail is just awesome. You know, he's got ruffled fur up here. The feathers are all just individually sculpted in his wings, and his face even looks good. The way his ears sit back. Oh man, they did a really good job on this guy, I think. And here's a neat little thing. There's little doggy bones right there. I don't know why, but they're cool. Little doggy bones. But to transform him, you pull these bits down, look, and they're floppy, unfortunately. You pull his butt apart, because that is in fact his ass, because he has an asshole. Oh yeah, you love it, don't you? Anyway, you pull him forward, and they clip at his sides right there. They just plug right in. And you flip his doggy paws back to bring his robot hands out. That's pretty obvious. Okay, now this is supposed to post and port together like. It doesn't stay together very well, and it's really wobbly. I don't know if you can tell, but it really is. But you're supposed to flip his head down first. So do that. And as you can see, we're starting to get a robot. And there's a little tab right here that tabs into this hole, sort of. He's a vagina bot. He's got this thing where his legs come down and clip together, and I can't stand that on a toy. All it takes is a little bit of shaking, and they're flopping all over the place again. Yours might be different. But my Silverbolt's head. His head flips up from right here, and mine's head is so stiff. Just give me a second. I gotta really. There we go. And this part flips up, and you can leave this sticking out or fold it down. I fold it down just because it looks bad either way you go, really. But there he is, and man, doesn't he look neat. At first glance, from the front, man, Silverbolt looks great. He is such an awesome looking robot, I think. And he does stand. I'm kind of helping him along, but he does stand quite well. A few problems. The doggy feet back here, that doesn't bother me. I don't care about the little doggy feet poking up from behind his arms. Don't care about that at all. I don't think it detracts from it one little bit. The one thing that I do think detracts from it, oh look, it's an eagle sitting on a headless eagle sitting on his shoulders, or hawk. I'm not sure which it was, eagle or hawk. It doesn't matter. I wish they would have just done without this gimmick and made it to where this could just fold down. It would have been so simple, and it would have looked so much better and been more show accurate. These little missiles, they come out. You can put them in his hands. And I've seen some people have them like this, where it's kind of like a little quarterstaff or something. But I don't prefer it that way. I'd rather just put him in his hands like that, because that's how he did in the show. He'd take them out and throw them at Predacons. But you know, altogether, there's some detail on this that's in some really strange places, like this flap back here on the back. If you can see, it looks kind of like a little thruster right there or something. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be, but he has a rub symbol right here. Like you gotta stick your finger up the eagle's butt to rub his rub symbol, and let's see if we can get that going. Oh man, it's almost there. Can you see it? I sure hope you can. If you can't, sorry, but I assure you that is a rub symbol, and it says Maximal. Silverbolt started out as a Predacon, and he was only a Predacon for like an episode, maybe a half an episode in total, because Megatron tricked him into joining his forces, and eventually he came around, and he fell in love with Black Arachnia, and yada yada yada, you know. But he was a really cool character. I liked him. He was kind of he represented Maximal honor in the way that Dinobot represented Predacon honor. You know, he was the chivalrous knight in shining armor type that, you know, he wouldn't hit a lady. He wouldn't hit Black Arachnia even after she fired on him, and you know, that kind of started their whole thing going, I suppose, right there. I just recently watched Beast Wars, and you know, this guy is really cool. All but this kibble-y back hanging off. Hasbro, this is bad. This is not cool at all. I mean, he's not a bad figure, don't get me wrong. I would recommend buying this guy, really. I mean, he's just, he really is a nice toy. I mean, he displays good. If you can find something, you can lift his wings up, but he just looks dumb that way. You can kind of leave him about halfway up like that, which looks pretty cool. Maybe stand a couple of basic size figures beside him, you know, just to kind of, if you got a really crowded shelf, you can stick him on. But yeah, he's a really awesome little robot, though. Like I said, that takes his rating from me down severely. Just the way that hangs out and the way his wings sit back on his shoulders like that. I can't stand it. I just can't. I can't go on about that enough. But other than that, look how detailed his little crotch flap there is. It looks excellent. His eagle talons, oh man, I can't say enough about the detail on this guy. He's got these little cybernetic bits right here, and he's got his head sculpt is wonderful, very show accurate. He looks just like Silverbolt from the show. If you find a Silverbolt, buy him. He's an excellent toy. He really is a good toy to own. This guy, I don't really know how much you can get him for, because I paid $10 for mine when they first came out. But he is really awesome. He's even got this extra bit of plastic. This isn't painted. This is actually, I don't know, it might be painted, but it looks like it's just molded that way, and they just stuck it in there. That's so cool. Such a very well detailed figure. That's really all I have to say about him, and I'll shut up now and let you all get back to your normal daily lives. I'm not going to transform him back. I feel that that is just a little bit redundant, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Because if you guys can follow my instructions to transform this guy, if you need instructions to transform him, go to the Hasbro website, they're there. But if you can follow my instructions transforming him, just reverse those and transform him back that way. And if you can't do that, then maybe you should be playing with a different kind of toy. But that's all I have to say. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'm out of here.